I think one can't do global economic forecasting without putting China in the equation. We've always had Europe and the US. I think the next most important will be China. Jan Randolph, IHS Markit. So Jan, starting this week off on a positive note, strong German business confidence has already driven the euro higher on this week's first trading day. Now Jan, markets are also awaiting German unemployment data and German inflation throughout the rest of the week. So can we expect this euro strength to continue on the back of this?
Yes, I think so. I think Germany is entering somewhat of a golden autumn. All the growth drivers are there, with the possible exception of investment, which is lagging mainly because of weak external growth. But the highlight really is the consumer. German consumers basically ended their many years of belt tightening, and they're opening up their wallets into the bigger ticket items. They're more confident about their jobs. They're not worried about unemployment. Incomes are rising. They're making savings from energy, and low interest rates means that it's not worth putting money in the bank. So they're going out to spend, and all that adds up to consumption growing at 2%, which is very strong for Germany, not seen since the late 1990s.
Deutsche Bank has made headlines with some negative impact on the euro expected from their shares slumping to record lows. So Jan, is there any other drivers for the currency markets that investors should keep an eye on this week?
Yes, I think so. I think we've been through the period of Brexit worries. A certain confidence has returned into the markets. That's going to support the euro. But I think the big change that's happened was the other week when the Bank of Japan announced it's going to double up efforts on quantitative easing. It's going to target the 10-year bond at zero, and it's going to over impress on inflation. Now, if the Bank of Japan means that it's going to double down on supercharging quantitative easing, that will mean the yen will weaken, and ergo, the dollar and the euro will tend to strengthen. So that's definitely the other factor in terms of looking at relative monetary policy stances across the world, which should be supported with the euro.
China Caixin manufacturing PMI release this week will be a key indicator on China's economy stabilizing. How crucial is China's economy when forecasting the health of the global economy?
I think it's an important data piece. It's true that China went through a soft patch over the summer months, but certain hard indicators like retail sales, industrial production, and fixed investment all ticked up a little more recently. I think it's the hard data that will come through, and China's going to at least perform as good as the first half of the year and the second half at about 6.6, 6.7% growth. I think the highlight is retail sales. That's really important for the Chinese economy. It's also related to services, and both of those are doing quite strongly, continue to do quite strongly, while heavy industry, which is still 1/3 of the Chinese economy, is in slow, gradual decline. But that points to a gentle rebalancing of the economy, which is what we all expect longer term to happen, as it will mean more balanced growth going forward. I think one can't do global economic forecasting without putting China in the equation. We've always had Europe and the US, of course. I think the next most important will be China. China's growth is important for the big leading exporting nations like Germany and Japan. And when it comes to Germany, Germany's growth will influence the rest of Europe. But above all, China growth is really important for the emerging markets. We've seen a slowdown in China. That's badly impacted on emerging markets directly through demand, but also with the commodity price falls. We've seen some stabilization there, and we can expect that to go forward as well. So we can't really do global economic forecasting now without looking at China.
Well, Jan, thank you for your insights. That's all from me, but this week is packed full of key market releases covered by the Dukascopy TV team, so be sure to check back.